with their noses in the air. High hats and colored collars, white spats and $15, standing every dime for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem sits? Putting on the wrist, spangled gowns upon a bevy of high browns from down the levee, all misfits. Putting on the wrist, that's where each and every Lulu belle goes. Every Thursday evening with her swell bows, rubbing elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend their last 2 bits. Putting on the wrist.
Welcome, everybody, to the Air It Out podcast, live from Main Street, Barrie, Vermont.
And we didn't tell everybody that this morning was going to be Ken Squire's, the tribute to Ken Squire and music to go to the dump by. That's what that reminded me of. He would play some wacky things like that, you know. Oh, yes. You've never heard music to go to the dump by?
No, I have not.
Oh, my. Man, you were missing out all these years.
Glenn Brummert says, Young Frankenstein. It was Putting on the Ritz, 1930s version, and it was just recently added to the public domain. So if we have any problems, I am sorry. I hope you don't
Well, we
mind.
shouldn't. If it's released to public domain, then we shouldn't have any issues.
Well, I hope it's the one that was released to public domain.
I can edit and say we don't own the rights to the music in this video.
We do, though. We, as a population, own the rights.
Well,
Not the taco version from
not
the 80s.
according to Facebook on a lot of things.
Yeah, Facebook. Leave it up to Facebook.
I got in
Good
trouble
morning, Glenn and Becky.
a couple of weeks ago for sharing a Vermont State Police post about a missing person. They said that I was doing it to generate views and likes.
Or maybe trying to help the person get found.
Right. I know.
And good morning, Clayton.
Good morning.
All right. So, Raylene, you've got me, the ever lovely, better version of JD, the bigger, the bolder, the hairier, with a better haircut. No, I'm just kidding. He actually has a pretty good haircut.
Too funny.
Too
funny.
And, of course, the lovely Raylene.
Good morning,
Sitting in the window.
everyone.
Did you have a good day yesterday?
Yes and no.
Did it get better after the 4-leaf clover?
It was, yes. That part of it was great. The heat was not. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yesterday, by the time of the end of the day, I was just sick of it. I was done. I was absolutely just done with it all. I was happy to see it a little bit cooler this morning.
Yes.
A little bit. It's still humid, but it's better than it was. So I'm not complaining. And I understand all the people, we wait all this time for the sun, ugh. Just gross. It was just gross.
I agree with you. It's nasty.
Yeah.
But, like you said, it's supposed to get better.
Yeah. It's going to rain, though, unfortunately. We're looking at some pretty crappy weather coming up around the corner. They're saying that we need to watch on Sunday for actual flooding and more storms. So they're keeping an eye on that, but multiple rounds of downpours and thunder will produce an additional 1 to 3 inches of rain, especially for northern New York and northern Vermont. Higher amounts are possible if the rain continues without pause. So I know that just hearing those words, even though it says possible, is gut-wrenching and makes a lot of people hold their breath, and including me. It's nothing we want to hear or talk about.
No, definitely not.
So, but keep your eyes open, pay attention, make sure that you know what's going on, because they say some of the storms Sunday could be strong and more damaging winds and gusts are possible. I know that the storms yesterday took out power, downed a lot of trees and power lines in a lot of locations throughout the state, and there were a lot of power outages and stuff because of it. So, yeah, just pay attention. Keep your eyes to the sky, as one of the weather forecasters say. I can't remember who it was. Do you know who says that?
I don't know, but we've got a lot of people online, so, well.
Somebody will know who says that.
Know. And,
keep your eye on the sky.
Clayton says, yes, the lovely Raylene.
He's such a sweetheart. I love my Clayton.
And good morning, Stacy. So today 75, high of 75, rain, or shower, should I say. Then tomorrow 68 degrees, which will be very nice.
Yes.
But sadly rain. And then Sunday it's going to be 72 with thunderstorms. Monday 69, high of 69 with thunderstorms. And then Tuesday a break in the thunderstorms to 78 degrees.
Ooh.
Yay. And then Wednesday,
78 degrees is tolerable. Even 80, 85 is tolerable if it's not humidity and dew point of 71%.
Well, we do live in Vermont, and Vermont is known for its wonderful humidity.
I know.
Unlike people that live in Arizona, they're like, it's 110 degrees. It doesn't feel hot down
right,
here.
But it's a different kind of heat.
It's a different kind of heat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you can fry an egg on a rock, that's hot.
Right, that's right. We don't give a shit what kind of heat it is.
I don't care what kind of heat it is. Dry heat, wet heat. I don't care.
Yeah.
110 degrees is too damn hot.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Good morning, Faith, and good morning, Shelley.
Yeah. I don't know if you
Faith
saw this.
says it's Roger Hill.
Oh.
Or it might be Roger Hill.
Might be Roger Hill. I don't know. I know I've just heard it a few times before when I was listening to weather. Vermont Secretary of State is asking and everybody to share this as well. So if you see it on the page, which it is, just before we went live, put it, share it. But they're having a contest, and it's a sticker design contest, and they're calling all K through 8 students to design a new I Voted sticker for a chance at your design to be distributed in your town on election day. Submitted by September 2nd is what you need to do. And the everything you need to know is right there on the page. That's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. You
going to have a new I Voted sign. Huh?
You posted that on air?
It is. It's already up there.
Nice.
And so they're asking people to share so it gets the word out. Maybe you could get the word out at the schools and let people know that that's happening K through 8. I don't know what the communication is with students over the summer, but September 2nd is the deadline for those submissions.
Can you remind me after the podcast?
Yeah, and 20 more times after that. Yes, I can do that.
Very much.
No problem.
What people may or may not realize is that I am just as flaky as her other co-host, and I can't remember anything. So it always lies on Raylene to remind me and to tell me what to do. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, I do.
If I'll be honest, if I could afford you, I would just hire you as my personal secretary,
and then we would take care of it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
so I'm taking up a GoFundMe page to hire Raylene as my secretary. If you want to donate, you can certainly donate to me.
Yes, absolutely.
And Glenn says he loves you, so.
Well, I love him too.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. He's going to go to one of the concerts in the park, or maybe even a few of them with me this summer.
July 11th, right?
I know.
I think it's July 11th.
He's going to come on down. We're going to pull up the old camp chairs and hang out. And we can't promise you we won't sing.
Oh, you want to sing?
No, not right now.
We could sing.
No, Glenn and I may sing. You never know.
Me.
No, I don't do that anymore. I used to.
You used to?
I used to a lot. I used to play the guitar and I used to sing. I used to sing and love to sing with my friend Dawn, but unfortunately, years of smoking has made my voice is just not that strong anymore, and I don't play the guitar anymore because I can't feel my fingers, and it became increasingly difficult for me to do. It's hard to watch this hand while you're strumming with this hand. It wasn't working, and so I gave it up. But it's something that I actually really love to do and did for a long time.
Bonnie Tyler had a kind of raspity voice.
No, I just lose my wind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you can always work on that.
I know. I'm trying. I try.
You're trying.
I fail every damn time.
No, I think
But I try.
you're doing good.
I'm doing the whole loon thing now, so that I'm not
until the state outlaws it.
Well, I have a whole year for that to happen again now. So hopefully within that year I can kick the habit. But switching back and forth between the two has really helped greatly because I smoke most when I'm driving. In the cars when I smoke the most. Always has been that way. I don't know what it is. Probably because I have serious road rage, and if I didn't, I'd be in cuffs instead. I don't know. But I just have a real intolerance to when I'm behind the wheel.
People on the road?
Yeah, when I'm behind the wheel. It's terrible. I make up cuss words even, admittedly.
Frickin' 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 son of a
Yep.
frickin'
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep.
It's terrible. I roll down my window. I scream things. I've been known to get out of my car and go up to somebody's window. You know. So I try to keep that all in check.
Wait. Repeat that? You've had somebody come up to your window?
No, I've gone up to somebody else's window.
Okay, that's a whole different level of
let me tell you why though. So we were in a construction zone. There was a flagger. And obviously you're going to stop for his sign says stop, right? I stop like 2, maybe 3, but at least 2, maybe 3 car lengths before I get to the flagger. Why? Because if some asshole rear ends me, I'm not going to plow into the flagger, right? Instead, the asshole behind me from Massachusetts decided to lay on his horn because he wanted me to pull up those extra 12 feet. For what purpose? And so I got out and had a word with him. The whole time, mind you, the flagger was cheering me on and laughing. But stuff like that irritates me.
Was it a big guy in the car? I mean, I just...
Well, he's decent sized, but I don't care.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so funny you're saying this. You know, you're saying how you got out of a car, a Massachusetts person, which we know Massachusetts in the state of Vermont, you know.
Well, I know,
let's
but...
be honest. And you got out of the car not caring. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Kristen.
That's right.
Getting out of the car, not caring. You go up to the car and you're like, no, I don't think so.
Yes.
That's what you did.
Yes. He was being an asshole.
And yet, we've talked this, and I don't know if you want people to know this, but I'm going to say it. Sorry.
That's all right.
And we've talked about how you've been accosted at Walmart at night.
I know. Well, I don't like that. I don't like when somebody rushes me and it's dark out and they want money and I'm trying to put shit in my car. I don't like. But believe you me, if I had to, I would put up one hell of a fight. I would not. No. I would try my damnedest. Yeah.
You're the type of person that I wouldn't actually want to fight with because I get a feeling like that if I got into like a physical altercation, you'd pull out a blunt.
Well,
like,
lucky for you, I can't have weapons.
Well, that's why I said a blunt, some sort of like a file down, you just shiv me or something.
Uh-huh.
I could see you doing that.
You never know.
Could.
You never know. Beware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining you getting.
I may look sweet, but.
I actually, it's yeah, I'm sorry.
You know that I can get an attitude.
I know you can get an attitude.
You've seen it.
I have
before.
I have.
Yeah.
I love it.
And sometimes it's a little bit shocking to people.
It is. It might be shocking to people, but that's because, well, let's be honest. It's a strong female personality, and some men have issues with that. I personally don't have issues with that. I think that's a good thing. So. Yeah.
Me too.
It's why I like Rosemary. It's why I like Barb. It's
I
why I like
spent a whole lot of
Kristen.
years not being that way. I spent all the years I'm going to spend not being that way. Yeah, and now I'm like, psh, whatever.
I'm going to shiv you.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. How did we get off on that? We were talking
I have no idea.
Okay.
We just went right off the rails.
But I think everybody enjoyed it.
On a Friday.
Who
cares?
Well, that's what's great about doing the show is that you can go off the rails and have a good time and hope that you don't go too far.
Right.
Should I talk about my experience this morning?
Yeah.
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 So I went to the hospital again
And didn't see a soul.
I didn't see anybody.
Yeah. Not a soul.
Including people that I may have spoken to. went in at 7:45, was out by 8:05 because I think I called you at 8:09, and my appointment was at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And it was for a CT scan.
Right.
And
So we thought we'd postpone the show to 10
Yep.
because there was no way you'd be here by 9. And then you had a whole 45 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I was like stunned.
I see you
about
didn't
it.
go home and trim your beard.
No, I didn't trim
That
my
extra
beard.
tie.
Nor have I taken off my blood clotting thing here.
Just trim it up.
No,
Let me
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna trim it.
We
So
should
I
have
will
done that
say,
live. You should have
trimming
let
my
me trim
beard?
up your beard live.
No,
Sit you in a
absolutely
chair,
not.
put the apron on, the little cape on you. I could have given you a lollipop even.
Go to Becky's. Becky could do
We
it.
just trim it right up. I could
Becky
do it.
down no.
You don't trust me?
No.
Oh, that's good to know.
I love you, but I don't trust you with my beard. I trust Becky. She's the stylist down on North Seminary Street.
Yeah.
Right across from the shelter.
Yes, I believe my son goes there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. She's
Yeah.
amazing. I love Becky.
I'm going to call her.
You're going to call her and tell
Yeah.
her to do it live? She'll do it.
No, I'm going to tell her next time she has you in the chair, she needs to trim that up.
She hasn't had me in that chair for quite a while.
Well, we're going to get you there.
I know.
We're going to get you all spiffed up.
You
may have some important things that you need to do in life. We want you looking good.
Nice. I had some important business yesterday.
You did? What was that?
I was on WCAX. Did you hear about that?
I did. I saw it, and I thought you did a very good job.
Yeah. It was, so I got a phone call from WCAX, or no, I got an email about the failed budget, and they wanted to talk about it. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I went up to meet with them, and they did a little thing that was done on WCAX News last night. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Do you have the video?
Of course I have
Can
the
you
video.
key it right up?
Yeah, I can cue it up. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, well, why not? Let's play it for
So
everyone.
We'll see how quickly everybody jumps off once we transition.
This is
over to-
important. Don't
This
jump
is-
off.
this is-
Stay with
yeah,
us.
Stay with us, folks. Stay with us.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can't hear it. That's
The district's
unfortunate. There we
third
go.
school spending plan.
This week, voters in Berry City
Much
said
better.
yes to the $57 million budget, but voters in Berrytown said no. And with all of the votes pooled together, 1,175 were in favor and 1,330 were opposed, and the budget failed.
Calvin Cutler looks at what's next now for one of the last districts without a budget.
The third time was not the charm for voters in the Barrie Unified Union School District.
One of the reasons why we are failing our budget is because education spending is so complicated.
In Barrytown, the owners of a home assessed at $300,000 would have paid just over $3,800, a $186 increase from the last year, a much smaller increase than many districts around the state. But still, Barrytown voters said no, and the budget failed, leaving questions of what's next. If the district does not pass a budget by July 1st, they can borrow up to 87% of last year's budget and pay interest on it while they keep trying to get a budget passed. Nicole Lee with the Agency of Education says if they can't pass a spending plan, after time, districts can run out of their borrowing authority.
You spend your capital reserve because you have no budget, and then you need a roof next year. And it's taken you 10 years to save that money. There are future year implications for not having a budget.
More than 24 districts defeated budgets this year in the face of a double-digit increase in statewide property taxes, and several needed multiple revotes. Barry is one of the last without resolution. Boutin says the budget has bitterly divided neighbors.
At the end of the day, when it comes to things that individuals can make a no vote on or have any say in it, they're going to say no because they're trying to tell us we're tapped out.
Even though property tax rates are calculated from a statewide education fund, reflecting voters' decisions in every district's budget, Boutin is calling on elected officials to make education spending clearer and more affordable.
I think I can speak for my entire community in Barry City, and in Barrytown, I think I can say do better. And I think our legislature needs to do better.
A task force will begin digging into our education funding formula to make budget votes easier to understand and to attempt to contain the cost of education. Reporting in Barry, Calvin Cutler, Channel 3 News.
Calvin, thank
Yeah, so that's the news article, or the WCAX thing. It was really interesting. I think that's actually the very first WCAX video I was actually on
that you've
in
ever
14
done.
years.
Yeah.
I told the guy, I was like, yeah, I've declined every opportunity to go.
You have too, because you've
I've
certainly been asked to do it before. But
I've been asked multiple times. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You go to somebody else.
Well,
no, thank you. But
I agree, Kristen. It just
it's
where are we at? Where are we at? Where obviously there's not going to be another vote. There's not time. There's no way to even have. There's not time enough to warn another vote.
No,
never mind.
So
figure out a budget that can be put through.
Yeah, originally that guy goes.
There goes that guy.
Fast.
Yeah, on the electric bike. You can literally hear his tires going. Bzzz.
Yeah. The way that it's set up is that we could revote within 7 days of a failed budget, but we would have had to. So I warned it. It dawned on me on Thursday last week, and I'm like, we should probably warn a meeting just in case. And then, so I warned the meeting. The budget failed, and I got information from folks that they didn't want to do that. Staff didn't want to do it, so I canceled the meetings, and we also canceled next week because the staff are having difficulty doing logistics and having staff there. And there's Bob Nelson. I'm like a little, like a squirrel. Oh,
I'm going to close the curtains.
Don't close the curtains. Well, but yeah,
But even if you had done all of those things, there wouldn't have been enough time to warn a vote, though, correct? Would there?
If we had done that, we would have been able to warn. We would have had to warn it today, so we would have had to rush it, and staff and other school board members were like, "No, let's not do that." So,
well, I can't say as I blame them for feeling that way. I mean, this is
absolutely. It was the right decision.
It's going to be a frightening time for a little bit, but let's hope that on the 1st, the new superintendent is going to step in, and things are going to get much better than they have been for quite some time.
Yeah, and I think they will. I actually had a conversation, and she's just amazing. I cannot wait until she's here.
Well, maybe we could have her on this show or on the Barry Beat and introduce. I would love to have her on the Barry Beat and introduce her to everyone and give people the opportunity to maybe ask a few questions in the comments, or even maybe send us questions ahead of time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll have to chat with her about that.
That would be something good to do, I think, that especially because we're in a time where people really feel like there hasn't been a lot of transparency in the school board, the system in general.
True.
And so I think that would be very beneficial to a lot of people.
Did we ever have Nicholas on?
Yeah, Nicholas has been on the city
Barry
manager.
Beat?
I don't know if he's been on the Barry Beat. He's been on Aired Out. But I don't know if he's been on the Barry Beat. I cannot remember.
Reminds me, we also have to get Mikey in here. Canine Mike.
Oh, yes. That would be wonderful.
Yes. We could have him sit in the chair.
The only thing, you can't, like, be lovey to them because you're not, only their handlers are supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to interact all that much with the canine, correct?
Yes, but I'm not going to lie to you. I've been able to do it. I think I told him.
That's super tough to do. Because
Yes.
I just want to snuggle them all up.
Well, I think I told him, I went up to him. I was like, listen, and this was when I was a city councilor. I said, I've been a city councilor for 14 years. I deserve to be able to.
You
go up to
played
pup.
that card.
I did. I played the card.
And they fell
played
for it?
And he did. He let me give the dog a treat. I don't know if I pet him.
Take your arm off.
Probably. Anyway, what else you got for me?
Well, some gross things in the news, of course. An East Montpelier man was sentenced Thursday to probation after pleading guilty to one felony count of possession of child sexual abuse material. Judge John Pacht sentenced Harold Breer, 67, to 10-year term of probation with conditions that he complete sex offender programming and restrict his access to internet and contact with minors.
Well,
he must
just restrict.
Yep. And he must also register on the sex offender registry for life. This is not this guy's first offense. There's a history here, a pattern here, and wow, just wow. I don't understand.
You want to know where that blame lies?
Go ahead.
State legislatures.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Because when you make laws, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to make laws that are, but it's all good. Who cares, right? Because we'll sit in our
clean
our
air
gold
with the new
dome.
energy bills and
clean energy bills.
yeah. We can't smoke flavored cigarettes, but we can have sex offenders running around free. I say castration. Firm on that. Period.
You're gonna go that.
I am.
That's your final.
Absolutely. Yep, I'll say it out loud all day long. Don't care if I'm on Aired Out or WCAX or where I am. I will say that. I don't care. Let people beat me up over it. That's something. I'll take that hit, no problem.
15 years from now, you watch.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how the laws are. That's what's scary.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's gross.
That's the reason why it's important to have. I mean, think about, and I'm being hyperbolic. I'm not going to go down that road. But yeah, that's the reason why you should have good legislature passing good laws.
Yeah, it's well, that's what we need, for sure. And it's not happening around here. In national news is $50 million in cartel drug money. Scheme exposes ties to Chinese underground laundering. Mexican drug cartels have worked with the Chinese for years. Feds seized $5 million in drug proceeds. Laundered money is reinvested right back into the drug cartel. The story is here on the page. It is a crazy one. Read it. Some of the stuff in here is a little bit mind-blowing, but not really. It's just a matter of, have you been hiding under a pillow for a long time with or walking around with your eyes closed, or are you really being open about what's happening around you? And so for me, it's no secret. But there it is, black and white. Read it. It's crazy. And then actually look into it a little more and know and understand what you're reading. Yeah.
And it's my understanding, and this is where my naivete will get myself into trouble. Mm-hmm. But all that is very connected with trafficking, correct?
Yes. Human trafficking, absolutely.
Yeah. So as we just talked about the situation over in
East Montpelier,
mm-hmm. You know, this is just another. It's all like part of the same stem of grossness mm-hmm. that our society is allowing.
And if you think that people don't, steal your kids, you're wrong. What the hell was that?
I don't know. Sound like somebody dropped something.
You're wrong, because they get them, in the hooks and crux of addiction and running and selling, and then they sell them literally instead. It's horrible. It's gross.
It's the comment that I was making about the 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
You go back 15 years back in time. One of the things that I foresee happening in the next couple years, if we're not careful, is the legalization of prostitution in the state of Vermont.
Well, I mean, they've already pushed that a few times. They've tried that whole thing. I mean, there are a lot of people right here in the city that think that that's a great thing. That's fine. You can do what you want with your body and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm all for that when it comes to certain things, but I'm not for that when it comes to some child.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm against
or even an adult. I am. I'm
just going to go right on the record and say, Michael Booten is anti-prostitution.
Yeah, yeah, same. It's gross.
It seems like it's one of those stances nowadays that feels like it's getting more and more
traction.
Unacceptable for a stance to say that you're against prostitution.
I know. Along with so many other things that is unacceptable to say that we won't get into today because, we just won't. But the list is long.
The list is very long. But I am going to go on the record and say that, and it's now live, that I stated that I'm against prostitution. I feel like that's one of those things. Like, why is this crazy?
Yeah, it's just.
But this is. Yeah, it is what it is.
It is crazy. It's absolutely insane that this stuff is even happening.
But it's also connected, right? Like trafficking and prostitution. All that stuff is very much connected, and we have to have, better laws to clamp down on that stuff.
Yes, I agree. Speaking of craziness, did you see that we have a couple of senators that are suing Governor Scott for his appointment?
Yes.
Come on, of Zoe Saunders.
Yep.
Wow, just wow. And one has a PD, and the other one just has a D.
Progressive Democrat. Is that what you said?
Yeah. But wow,
Please tell
just
me none
wow.
of them are in Washington County.
No, not this time. Not this time. But you never know who will join that whole thing. But no, Chittenden County and Windsor.
So I have to say, it's really frustrating, and I know that I sent an email to Vermont School Boards Association because we got an email about we need to call our senators and tell them that there's a problem or something like that. It was something like that, and I wrote back and I was like, give her a chance.
Yeah.
Obviously education is not working the way that it is.
Right.
Maybe she's going to do something to make it work better.
Right.
Give her a stinking chance. And I also go back to, what Steve Pappas wrote. And he said the same thing. Give her a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, we can't have anybody touch the system because we like the system. But guess what? The system's broken.
Mm-hmm.
It's broken. But whatever. It is what it is. I'll just say this. Phil Scott, good job. Keep going. Zoe Saunders, keep trying. So that's my opinion on that. And as Forrest Gump says, that's all I'm going to say about that. But so we've got, that was, I heard that. That was actually something that I heard from the guy that was on WCAX yesterday. He said that when he was packing up, he was like, oh, now I got to go down to the State House. I guess someone's suing the governor. I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's
Fun.
craziness.
It is
It's
crazy.
craziness. Speaking of craziness, are you going to watch the Trump-Biden debate?
When is it?
Next week.
Next week?
Yeah, they're preparing now.
Is there a cocaine shortage in the United States?
No.
Is there an Adderall shortage in the United States?
No. Unfortunately not. We wish there was. But yeah. You're not going to watch that shit show?
Oh yeah, I'm going to watch. I'm going to try to watch that. Of
course you are.
I'm going to try to watch that just because and the joke that I was making was the cocaine infusion of Joe Biden.
Right.
Cuz he's just it's going to be awkward. Like there's Trump is like and Biden's like
yeah, we'll see it.
Two opposite. Meanwhile, it really
well, in how it's set up too. So President Biden chose the right side of the stage, so that puts Trump on the left, but it gives Trump the last word. And I laughed at that because we all know he's going to have the last word anyway.
That's not good for Joe.
No, but it was so they're it's all set up anyway.
So the only problem with that is one of the things that Trump is really good at is that dialogue. Like wrong. Because we all just, it's like know, so but the mics are going to be shut off and I don't know.
I'm going to watch it. I don't usually watch them, but I will watch that one.
Do you want to do a Barry Beat special and watch it together?
While we're live? You mean watch it live?
We'd get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we better not do that. We can certainly do a Barry Beat the following day and talk about it, but even then we'll probably get in trouble. But hey, is what it is. Do you want to talk a little bit just to tell people that you've got some stuff going on with the Berry City Community fan page?
Oh,
that
yes.
the rebranding is
Yes.
going to happen.
The rebranding of the Berry City Community fan page is going to happen. And Alice Farrell said that she met with Dr. Saunders, and if Vermont rejects her, they do so at their own peril. And Alice is a pretty smart cookie, so yeah.
Yes, she is.
Becky says, grab your wine and snacks. It's going to be a show.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah. I'm gonna make my special Kahluas that I make with the French vanilla ice. Well, White Russians basically. Get the French vanilla ice cream, 2 shots of Tito's, a cup of Kahlua, half a cup of Kahlua.
Do you think Jerry's
Make the little milkshakes out of those? And if you need to disguise them, and this is terrible, but if you need to disguise them, just go to Dunkin' Donuts, get a coffee colada, dump the colada, put your milkshake in it, and go. Just telling you. I don't know why I know that.
Go to Jerry's and watch it at Jerry's?
Probably not.
Well, what time is it?
I don't know. I don't even know. I have to look. I just know that they're prepping now, and I heard that the debate and who's on what side of the stage and who's going to do what. So we'll see. I'll have to look and tell you.
Hear me out, because I think this would be funny. We could all go down to Jerry's, and we could do like a drinking game every single time we hear, or if we hear, the mumble. Yeah. Or if we hear huge and we see fingers go like this, it's a drink. You drink it. And what I could do, because I don't drink.
I was going to say you don't drink.
Right. Well, I get that. But what I could do is I could
Well, that's good, because you ought to drive me home. You'd be shit-faced. You do that game.
Barb says she's in.
Yeah.
She says she's in. Becky says we'll be drunk within 5 minutes.
No shit. She's not kidding.
My thought is, instead of me doing alcohol, I'll just watch my sugar as it goes up drinking soda. And when I hit 300, I'm out.
Oh, my God. No, only a half a cup. I got a little overzealous on the Kahlua. A half a cup of Kahlua and 2 shots of Tito's.
I'm waiting patiently for Tina. I'm wishing that she's watching, and I'm wishing she's going to say, yes, drink-a-thon at Jerry's.
Well, we'll ask her, but she doesn't. She has to keep her clientele willing to. They're going to be like, oh, my God, if this is the shit you're playing on it. Although it'll be better than most sports, just telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a bad plan, Michael. It's a bad plan.
It is a bad plan. You're going to have to be a designated driver all night long.
Well, I won't be a designated driver. My sugar goes through the roof.
Good Lord. Good gracious. Now, please tell everybody what you're doing with the Berry City Community fan page.
Oh, yes. So, as folks know, I'm no longer on city council, which is actually really sad. I'm very depressed about that. But it opens me up for
life things. Moves on.
Right. Things move on. And, sometimes you need a kick to get things done. So the Berry City Community fan page, I plan on rebranding, and we're probably going to do 802 Scoop.
Yes.
And we're going to have information put on there. I'm trying to work with folks to see if they would be willing to be, quasi reporters, like I know that I've asked a couple people already. I know one of them is actually watching if they would consider doing write-ups for certain committees, and just so that people are informed, like a paragraph, 2 paragraphs,
so that people are getting the scoop.
Getting the scoop, which is
the scoop.
Something that we absolutely need in our community. So, and of course we stream from Berry Beat, and stream Berry Beat from there, and any other
Berry City Community fan page is where we used to see all those things, and it's still going to be the same sort of things, except for a little more advanced.
Yes.
And
it's going to be a little more active.
We'll still stream from there as well.
But we're working on it.
It's going to be way more active.
Yeah. Well,
It's going to be
It's
way,
gonna be
more active.
considering
Let's
it's
be clear.
not active at all.
Yeah, so it's going to be way more active. The 802 Scoop, the name is going to change. Spread the word. Invite your friends, please. We would love it. This is going to be for all of Central Vermont, not just Barrie based anymore. It won't be right here. It'll be Central Vermont. We're going to branch out a little bit. Poor Michael it was difficult. It was very difficult for him to do this, but he's decided I'm going to help him, and we're going to do this together, and it's going to be pretty kick-ass. But we want all of you to not only, if you don't already follow the Barrie City Community fan page, which the name will change sometime today because I'm going to keep harping at Michael, invite your friends. Invite your friends, share it, let people know that, that's going to be really a great resource going forward.
It'll be good. It'll be good. Mm-hmm. It'll be the focus, like I said, and Alice made the comment correspondence, and maybe I should talk to Alice about being one. She could be one as well.
That would be wonderful.
Just to have like little write-ups on the page, and So I envision lots of things, and probably nothing will happen.
Oh no, well, lots will happen. Lots will happen. We'll make sure of it.
Do you think
Michael.
I could convince JD to stream to the Barrie City Community fan page?
You never know. You mean the Scoop?
Sorry, yes.
The 802 Scoop.
It's gonna take me a long time.
Yeah,
I've had that thing for 14 years.
I know.
So
we just have to keep saying it.
It's gonna take me a long time. The 802 Scoop. We'll have to say.
Yeah, the 802
you guys
Scoop.
are like Barrie City. Well, you're Central Vermont.
Yeah, and so, it will. There'll be podcasts on there. There'll be all kinds of different things on there. So stay tuned and invite your friends. We'd love to have them.
And I will say one of the things that it will do is it will lessen the confusion that a lot of people have with Barrie City page and the Barrie City Community fan page.
Right.
And the story behind it was that back in the day when there was no such thing as understanding of the Facebooks, which I say that like the Facebooks, it's like the Instagrams. Anyway, I wanted the city council to have a Facebook page, and it was like, no, we're not going to do it. So I was like, fine, I'll do it myself. Facebook.com/Barrie City. And I just kept it. And then finally, like 6-8 years ago, they made a page for the Facebook or for Barrie City, and I kept it. And a lot of people get confused, and I have to do an occasional post saying,
right.
Hey,
and now
this
we
is
have
not
the Barrie City resident chat, the Barrie Vermont resident chat. We have all of that going on. It's just too much, and this is going to be a place where, it's just the main hub for everything. We hope. So,
I hope so.
Yeah.
It'll be great. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah. So I just got a notification that my Walmart order is ready. So a few days ago now, maybe it was even a week, losing track of time, but somebody had posted on one of the pages, resident chat, I think, that the Girl Scouts are having their jamboree this weekend, and they wanted to do walking tacos for the jamboree, but they didn't have what they needed because, lack of volunteers, whatever. We're finding that. So I ordered everything they need for 95 walking tacos, and I got to go pick it up so I can drop it off so they can have their little jamboree tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. 100 bags, 100 1-ounce bags of Doritos they needed, and salsa, cheese. They did already have the meat, but sour cream, all of that good stuff. Yeah.
Alice says that Legendary should be a sponsor of the Scoop.
That would be wonderful if Legendary was the sponsor of the Scoop.
Do you know, I might know somebody that might be able to get an in on that.
Yeah, I know. I wonder who. Yeah.
That's my brother. My brother owns the Legendary, not the pump, but
With
the legendary
and by the way, they have the best
ice cream.
ever, the best butter pecan I've ever had in my life.
Oh, really?
Yes, and that's the only ice cream I eat.
You know what I like?
Well, except for the vanilla in the Kahlua shakes.
Yeah, I'm like the peanut butter kind of guy. I love the peanut butter ice cream. It's amazing. My favorite. It's like a toss up between peanut butter and Butterfinger Oreo Crunchy, but their crunchy machine's not working, which is like really depressing. But they also have really good hard ice cream.
Yeah.
And guess who idea?
And they have sugar cones still.
They do.
A lot of places don't have sugar cones.
The Oreo lovers.
Mm-hmm.
My idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Genius, Michael.
I know.
Genius.
I mean, genius that somebody. I think it was my idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's my idea. That I may or may not have stolen from somebody else.
Well. So lots going on this weekend. As I told you, that's not just this weekend related, but we have the sticker contest for the I Voted. That's for grades K through 8. So
don't
kids,
forget to tell me.
Get your drawing going. The Stephen M. Tracy Memorial Poker Ride and Run is tomorrow. That starts at the Den. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock is registration. 11 o'clock is start time to hit the trails. Are you going to that? No,
I don't.
That's right. You're pre-engaged. I forget for that. But there's a 50-50 raffle, prizes for the top 3 hands, all kinds of great stuff going on over there. And it is sponsored by the Billtown Wheelers and the SMT2MO organization. And the food, of course, is offered by the Den. The Den is one of our presenting sponsors here at the Air It Out podcast, and we love them over there. The AC's on. The cornhole boards are out. The ring toss, the rip tickets, drink specials, everything's a go for tonight, 5 o'clock. And tonight from 5:30 to 7:30 is Seth and Sophie. They do an acoustic set, and that all happens before DJ Freedom, who takes the stage at 8. Really good food over there. If you haven't gone and had some of their most amazing fries and a smash burger or some of their wings yet, you really oughta. Just saying. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. We'll have to go over there, get dinner sometime. You haven't been to the Den yet, have you, Michael?
I have not, but my mom has multiple times.
Of course she has. Yes. But we'll have to get you over there too. But anyway, so that's happening at the Den tonight. Don't forget the Den also opens at noon on Saturdays and Sundays now with a full menu. So you can go in for lunch, you can go in for dinner. All of the stuff that's available at night is available then. You can go in, get cooled down, play a game of pool, just meet with friends, do whatever. So the Den is open at noon on Saturdays and Sundays now. Yeah. And if you want a backyard swing, a grill, new mower, maybe some electric power tools as opposed to gas powered, you can go right across the street to Nelson's Ace Hardware, another presenting sponsor of the Air It Out podcast. And make sure this weekend you catch a movie. All kinds of great ones playing. Yeah.
And if you need new glasses, like my beautiful glasses that I have.
Love them. I really do like them. I think they're cool.
I do too. I love them a lot. Those are at Optical Expressions.
Yeah.
Also a sponsor. But,
yeah.
All right.
Have
Anything
a great
else?
weekend, everybody. Check the page. Check out the things happening in and around the city. Lots of stuff happening this weekend. A lot of picked strawberries and stuff like that. Yeah. Check it out.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching the Air It Out podcast live, Main Street, Barrie, Vermont, Fly in the Wall Production Studios. Thank you all for being here, and we will see you next week. Mics are still hot.